stroke, folks.
Championship final, please welcome Endeavour Ipswich Basketball. Roster for today, round number 7,
Did I give you a pen? I gave you. Did I give you a pen?
Yeah.
I said anything you want to talk about. Just
Yeah, fab.
A very warm welcome into Manchester. It is the National Basketball Performance Centre. It is playoff final Sunday. And it is an enormous contest we've got here. It's the WNBL D1 final. It is Endeavour Ipswich Basketball Club taking on the CoLA Southwark Pride. Two juggernauts in junior basketball, two juggernauts in WNBL basketball coming together on the one floor in Manchester. My name is Darren Paul, and alongside me is, of course, Kaz Bullock. Kazzy B, as you are otherwise known. Kaz, what a game we've got in store.
Oh, I'm so excited for this game, Darren. Every single time these two teams match up, whatever level it's on, it's always an absolute battle between them, and it's just going to be a fantastic conclusion to the end of the Division 1 season today.
So let's give you a little bit of background on these two teams. Of course, they've met several times, both in WNBL competition and as well throughout junior and elite youth basketball. We're focusing on WNBL predominantly today, so that's 3 meetings this year. Ipswich having the better of it on 2 occasions. One of those occasions, though, went to OT, and that was won by CoLA. Does that have any bearing on today at all?
No, it does not. So that was early on in the season as well, and there was a battle between the two teams. They've both got a win throughout the season, so they split that record, 1 win each. And it's going to be, obviously it's a game that's going to be in both teams' minds, but they know what they can do, and they know how they've developed throughout the season. So it's good to have that under your belt if you are CoLA, but then they know what happens on the other side.
CoLA experience to Ipswich, whereas in the reverse fixture it was a close overtime victory, about 7 points or so. Let's start talking about Endeavour Ipswich, of course. Now they are going for a historic for them treble. They've got the cup, they've got the league sewn up, and let's talk about the league form. 19-3 in the league. He says, doubting himself, but it was 3 losses, 10 points total in those losses. They have been so dominant.
That's huge, isn't it? And they're a team that just, they score so much, top of the league in points per game scored, and 10 points combined in a loss, that's huge. That's nothing.
That's ridiculous. That's what it is.
And those 3 losses, as you mentioned, one going to CoLA, one to AIU, one to Tenerife Cavaliers. And they're such a tough team, because you look out at this Ipswich team, Harriet Welland's out there just shooting a 3 now. Like, they have so many options to choose from, and that's why they are a really fast-paced, high-scoring team.
They use the ball about as fast as anybody in British basketball. Let's focus in on some players, and let's talk about, you've raised her, she's the MVP, of course, Harriet Welland, just dominant out there this season in her return to WNBL play.
She has been incredible. Leads the league in points per game, 26.3, just over 9 rebounds a game, which is 6th in the league. And she's been out in France the last couple of seasons. Having her back on Ipswich, it has just strengthened an already solid Ipswich team, and her presence out there, obviously she doesn't play the WEABL, the under-18s teams, but adding her into an already strong team like this, it's an exciting prospect.
But she also adds 4 assists and about 3 steals per game, so she's doing a little bit of everything for this team. Just how important is she from that leadership, maybe mentorship point of view?
Oh, super important, and she's a player as well that some of the younger players on the Ipswich squad, they've watched her career, you know, and to be back on court with her and just being able to learn from her, that experience that she has that she can share with players like Liv Forster, Yasmin Edwards, it'll be invaluable for them.
Let's talk a little bit about the route that Ipswich took to get here. Of course, dominant in the league. They won the quarter-final against Bristol, 81-60. They dominated throughout. And that day, it was Liv Forster getting the bulk of the points, 22 on that day. Of course, you know Liv extremely well. Tell us about her game, her impact, and what we can expect from it moving forward.
Liv is a fast-scoring guard. If you've not seen her play before, she is so fast. She's a really dominant scorer. She's got the 3-point shot going, and she can get inside as well. Once she gets going, she can be very difficult to stop. She's just a really exciting player, and she's going to be heading off to upstate South Carolina in September, which is a really exciting prospect for her. Great. What a huge achievement. There's several players on the squad for Ipswich heading over to the States in September.
Another one of those, Yas Edwards.
Yasmin Edwards going to Eastern Arizona Community College. And Yasmin Edwards, for me, she has been one of the most improved players over the last 18 months or so. She's just all aspects of her game. She works so hard off the ball as well. If people haven't seen her play before, she's just the epitome of a player that sometimes does the work that doesn't always show up in the stat sheet. But over 12 points a game so far this season. In the WEABL, she tripled all her averages, and she's just a super exciting young player.
They got by Brent in the semi-finals. That was a 75-53 win again. Welland dominated, 33 points in that one, and they led all quarters. We're going to catch up with what head coach Nick Drain had to say when I caught up with him a couple moments ago. From CoLA Southwark Pride, Jackson Gibbons. Jackson, you've played Ipswich 3 times in NBL competition this year. How does that set you up coming into today?
I mean, it's much of a much. We beat them in overtime at our place in the first game. We looked dead and buried and came back. We lost to them in the cup, and then they absolutely housed us by 40 at their place. Our personnel is a little different today. For us, you know, everybody knows we're an academy team that, you know, enters National League for the experience. If, you know, getting to the final is the blessing for us. Hopefully we put on a good show today, but we know that we're not the favourites, and you know, we're coming into it with an open mind, and we don't feel any pressure. We're just going to go out there and play.
In terms of preparing for this week, how's that gone by?
Preparation's always up and down. You're dealing with teenagers. Sometimes, you know, they're completely locked in. Other times, you know, you don't always get everything you want out of it, but it's about the journey. You know, I've often got a lot of cliche quotes when I come up here, but it definitely for us is about the journey and not the destination. The destination is determined by how we perform in the journey. So we're just going to come out and give it our best show.
And the final one before I let you get back is, what are your keys to the game?
If I told you that, and someone's listening on their stream, then we wouldn't be in a good place. Our keys to the game is be ourselves.
Okay.
Is to be ourselves. Is to limit the live ball turnovers and not give them anything. They're a good enough team to be able to carve out their own offense and to cause us trouble on defense as well. Let's not gift them anything extra and just kind of be steadfast and stoic as we go along, and hopefully the girls will do that.
All right, Jackson, best of luck today. Thank you for your time and enjoy today.
Thank you very much. Appreciate it.
And with the league's winning coach, Nick Drain of the Endeavour Ipswich basketball. Nick, you've played CoLA 3 times in NBL competition this year. How does that set you up coming into today?
Very well. I think for both teams it's very difficult to try and find anything new about each other. Obviously we've played each other 3 times as well in the academy competitions as well, so it feels like we play them about 8 or 9 times a year, which means that we're both doing something right.
How's prep gone this week?
Really well. We're very fortunate that we have a young performance analyst called Tom Kelly, who has studied away and watched lots of film, and he's been working with some of our boys players who have been simulating what CoLA do, or trying to simulate. I don't think you can completely simulate what CoLA do because they're such a unique and talented team. But it's gone as well as it can. We're happy with where we're at.
And finally, what are some of the key areas that you're looking out for your team today?
Well, I think CoLA and Ipswich is always a fascinating one because you have an exceptional defensive team versus an exceptional offensive team, and I think for the neutral that makes it an entertaining game. For the 2 coaches, it makes it a little bit of a game of chess. What we're looking for is to deal with their athleticism and physicality, and that's ever present when you play this absolute powerhouse of a program.
All right, Nick, best of luck today. Thank you for your time, coach, and enjoy.
Thanks, Darren.
From the coach of the year, Jackson Gibbons of CoLA Southwark Pride, and the championship winning Nick Drain. Let's talk about CoLA. Another fantastic season for them. A slightly slower start. It felt like they've really grown into the Cass.
Yeah, definitely 5 losses for CoLA this season. They've had quite a turnaround on the squad from last year, so a bit of a different look. And Coach Jackson Gibbons has also spoken about how he's very proud that this team has made it to the finals with maybe a bit of an underdog this season with the turnaround that they've had, but they're always such a consistently excellent team as a CoLA organisation. We see them again across competitions at lots of different levels. The philosophy, and I'm sure we'll talk about it, but the defensive philosophy that the team has and the programme has is just so crucial.
Well, let's talk about defensive philosophy. As we know, they're an elite defensive team going up against, and Nick Drain said this, an elite offensive team. Just talk to us about that combination.
I mean, when offense meets defense, 2 completely different styles of basketball, but for me, from a fan perspective, that has always worked really well because you've got 2 teams, totally different play, and it's just, again, offense meets defense. So you have 3 players in CoLA over 6 foot in Esther Kersey, Adora Diorama and Felicia Jacobs. You've got that battle inside against Cristobal Osorobo for Ipswich, and CoLA make it really difficult for players they're playing against to get into the paint because of that big 3 they have inside.
It's a really fascinating matchup in the sense that when you look at Ipswich, you see they fill the stat sheet, right? The league leaders, Ipswich. With CoLA, less of that. Of course, it's a really brilliant team dynamic that Jackson has built up.
Absolutely, yeah, and for CoLA as well, you look at the score sheet, they spread the scoring around so well. Felicia Jacobs at the moment leading the team in points per game and rebounds with just over 11, but they're a team that everybody steps up when they need to. And we've seen Glory Cabia hit a couple of big buzzer beaters to win against Brent and Bristol earlier this season in Division 1. Players like adding Isla Habal into this squad.
Oh, I mean, my goodness, what an impact she has had.
She's been incredible.
So Habal had 20 points in that semi-final win over TBC 79-66, and that's a huge matchup to come away from with a victory.
That is huge, isn't it? We've seen that it's great for them to be able to make it through past TBC, and Habal, she's only played, I think, 5 games this season. She's been coming back from an injury, but what an impact she has had. And again, she was the WEABL MVP just last month with a very similar squad. And she's 5'6", but she plays like she's about 6'6", the way she jumps in the air.
Let's talk about Felicia Jacobs, Young Player of the Year, 12 points a game, 11 rebounds. Just her impact, what she brings to this team.
She's massive, and she's so consistent and she has been throughout the season. She's a player, she doesn't get flustered inside. She's a big offensive rebounder. She's going to make you work hard inside for those boards. And second chance points in games like this, so crucial. But Felicia Jacobs is an absolute master at that. She positions herself so well under the basket, gets the rebounds, and puts it back in. A player that's going to be heading over to Temple in Philadelphia in September, which is, I mean, that's huge.
How exciting is that? One final question for you, Kaz, before we throw it over to our commentary team. Is there anything else, anybody else that really stands out for you in this contest?
So I mentioned it briefly, but Robo, she's a big inside for Ipswich. She's a great inside player, but she also can shoot the three, and that is so dangerous when you have a big that, you know, are you going to stop her inside? Okay, she's going to go outside, so keep an eye on her. All right, well,
Kaz and I are about to go and take our seats courtside with the best seats in the house. Of course, they are with our commentary duo of Hannah Alty and Niall Gray.
Well, thank you, Darren. Thank you, Kaz, for that great introduction to the game. The final silverware of the season's on the line this afternoon as two old foes do battle. And Endeavour Ipswich basketball will make a clean sweep of honours, or will it be City of London Academy Southwark Pride today? It's a rematch for the 2021 final, won by Ipswich. And this afternoon, the Suffolk side will be favourites on the floor where they lifted the National Cup just a couple of months ago. This afternoon, I'm joined by a player who's gone up both these teams this season, Hannah Alty of the Manchester Mystics. Hannah, welcome to the commentary booth this afternoon's game.
Thank you for having me.
What a game we got to look forward to this afternoon. Ipswich on the cusp of a treble, obviously CoLA out to stop them. What sort of game are you expecting to see?
Oh, I'm expecting a battle. You know, this is going to be, it's the two of the biggest teams in the league. And Ipswich have their history behind them, going for after the cup final win, and CoLA going after their college win in the Academy League. I think this is going to be a true battle, and I'm very excited to see it today.
And of course, as a current Mystics player, you went up against both these teams this season. Just a little bit about your experiences against both teams?
Tough. That's the main word. It was tough. You know, we had a great win. We had a little bit of an upset win against CoLA. We beat them just before Christmas, and for us that was kind of like the highlight of our season. And I think the keys to that was that we were able to stop inside. We were able to dominate defensively against Felicia Jacobs and Esther. And I think that's kind of something that Ipswich needs to make sure that they're doing today. And then when we played Ipswich, again, it was, for us, it was making sure that we were kind of covering the guards, making sure that we were out rebounding them. Sadly, we didn't get the win against them, but again, it was a tough performance, and you know, it was great to play against them.
And if I recall correctly, you had a good game against Felicia Jacobs.
Yeah, I did. I think I managed to keep it to 3 points that game. It was tough, but you know, against such a great player like her, you have to be aggressive and you have to kind of get a body on it. And that was the kind of the way that I managed to kind of overthrow that game.
Obviously, today's all about CoLA, it's all about Ipswich. But would that have been one of the highlights of the Mystics season?
It absolutely was. Yeah, it was. It was a fantastic win for us, and you know, it really kind of pushed us through then into over Christmas and into the second half of the season.
Right, well, we're just seconds away from the start of the game. Teams starting to make their way to the court. CoLA first making their way towards the middle as they handshakes with the tables. You see the rosters. First Southwark Pride, Clark, Diorama, Whaley, Wilson of Swindee, Caviar, Jacobs, Warren. Violet starts the captain. Saga, Habal, Kersite, Jones, and a familiar lineup for Ipswich if you're watching the National Cup final with us back in January. Edwards, Forster, Gray, Littlemore, Leach, Casey, Oswego, Carrington, Harriet Wellham, Gibbons, and Partridge, coached by Nick Drake.
And a starting five for Ipswich, he has been Edwards, Forster, number 12, Oswego, number 14, Wellham, and number 15, Louisa Gibbons. Your officials are ready.
So very familiar. We've got obviously Yasmin Edwards out there, Harriet Wellham's out there, Oswego, we've got Gibbons, and who am I missing? Liv Foster. Very familiar lineup there for Ipswich.
Yeah, definitely. That's their main starting five, you know, and they're coming up again with the same starting five that CoLA have used most of the season as well.
So, Phillips lineups around as CoLA get us underway to start the game. Ball's inside. Into traffic, stolen by Ipswich. Great work from Osorobo. Forced back outside. Cross-court pass, almost intercepted. Great work there from Yasmin Edwards. It's in the hands of Wellham. Drive, the kick out, the corner shot. Doesn't go, rebound, CoLA. Good work there from Felicia Jacobs to the rebound. Quickly the other way. Kick to the wing, open three, it's good. CoLA on the board first. Violet Stutz, the captain, with the basket.
That's what she does, Violet. You know, she's really strong from the three. Once she gets going, there's no stopping her.
So, travelling the call. Nice, easy one for the referee there. So, Ipswich not yet on the board. Sideline ball to CoLA. Nice ball inside, the drive. Shot doesn't go, but it's a trip to the line. Felicia Jacobs' 2 free throws incoming.
That was a great move by Felicia. You know, she was aggressive, she drove hard to the basket, one dribble, and drew the foul.
Yeah, great all-round player, Jacobs, but free throws, unfortunately, not one of them. 51.2% of the season. Misses the first. Doesn't get either. Good offensive board. CoLA still have it. Shot from the wing. Back iron. Few attempts from CoLA, just not able to get the basket. Guarding Forster. Pass inside to Wellham, off the glass again. Lovely play there, Hannah.
Oh,
to get nobody score, sorry.
What a lovely look.
On the steal. Just like that, Ipswich turned a 3-0 deficit into a 4-3 lead. They've got the ball again. Wellham wide open for three. Doesn't go. Down the floor. Lovely pass. Ipswich slow on defense to get back. Claire Slight with the basket. Good hands. CoLA have the ball. Oh, just passed a little bit too strong, but CoLA still managed to get the ball and drive all the way off the glass. No good. Ipswich with the rebound. Foul called. Free throws for Osorobo. Makes the first. .56% free throw shooter on the year. Gets them both. That'll put the average up very slightly. Ipswich come away with the ball, foul called. It's going to be Ipswich ball. Very end-to-end in the early going, Hannah, isn't it? Frantic pace. Yeah,
both teams are very good at that. You know, CoLA look to take advantage of the transition. They'll have both Esther and Felicia sprinting down back for a quick 2 points. And again, Ipswich are very much, they like to set up a zone press at the beginning and right underneath their own basket. And this allows them to get some steals and some easy 2 points as well.
Well enforced cross-court pass. It's a deep three. It goes. Lovely shot.
I mean,
that's
just her spot. You know, she's confident and comfortable enough to shoot it from that spot.
Who do you think feels the more comfortable just from what you've been able to gauge the first couple of minutes? Who seems to be settling to their routine better?
I think both of them, actually. I think, to be fair to Ipswich, you know, they're working this zone press really well, getting the traps in the half court. Like that now, they've just turned the ball, a forced turnover, 8-second call, and it's a trap that's really good. I think if Ipswich can keep pushing for this and keep this momentum going, it should lead them in good stead for the rest of the game.
They started just a tiny bit slowly, didn't they? But the last few minutes they've just upped the ante, haven't
Once they've settled into their scoring, they get going then.
Coach Nick Drain making a point about something. Do you know what he was on about there?
I have no idea. I've got a feeling it's to do with the 8-second call, where they want the ball to be... No idea.
Yeah, he seems a lot happier now. So as we wait for Liv Forster to inbound from the sideline. It's Gibbons. Pass inside, broken up. CoLA saw that one coming.
Yeah, that's a tough pass to make, that.
Oh, lovely drive. It doesn't go. Jindera Jones, Io's going to go to the line. Great drive. I just thought it might have a chance, but it doesn't go. So 2 free throws to come. Shooting 70% from the line on the season.
Yeah, that's a tough foul there from Louisa Gibbons. I think she needs to be a bit more disciplined there with her stance. Bending her hands over, I think, it gave the refs the chance to call that foul.
Of course, in a very young team. I mean, she's only in the mid-20s, but she's the veteran.
Yeah.
So 2 points the difference. Early in the first quarter. Very evenly matched game, but that's fair to say.
Oh, absolutely, yeah.
Osoroga loses the ball. Comes Jones again, kicks it outside. Around the top. Cabia calling the play, wants the screen, gets it. Back outside. Almost a steal for Forster, but CoLA turned the ball over on the baseline.
I think CoLA just needs to settle it a little bit. You know, they're very good at working with their bigs, drawing their bigs out, creating things off that, usually with the screens at the top, and I think they just kind of need to settle it and stop trying to force the passes, and do what they're good at, which is, working with their bigs and getting those open looks.
Checking in is number 13 and about number 5.
So substitutions. CoLA going into their bench first. Ipswich stay with their starting 5. Diorama on the floor, as well as Aya Habal. Oh, lovely move. Baseline, then turns over, nowhere to go for it after that. And Ipswich get back to stop the play. Double team, steal the ball back. Great work from them. Oh, nice drive, but just couldn't get the go. So Edwards do a lot of that in the cup final a couple of months ago.
Yeah, she's aggressive, she's tough, she will drive straight out the basket,
Plays with no fear, does.
Absolutely.
Spot up shot from the wing, doesn't go, had to put it up because the shot clock, but Ipswich come away with the ball. Habal, who's been out injured quite a lot, has been averaging over 10 points a game since she's come in. Wellham on the ball, gives it up, Osorogo from the top. Oh, good hustle, but Ipswich do keep the ball. I thought for a second Gibbons might have touched it last, but referee says it's an Ipswich ball, but
Yeah.
Actually, came flying in, didn't she, to
She
get the
came out of
rebound?
nowhere, yeah.
Friendly bounce is good for Liv Forster. CoLA quickly the other way. Oh, lovely spin move, just too strong. Another opportunity though. The shot is good. Habao with the basket. That will not count. Whistle already been called. Timeout. Wow, really entertaining first few minutes. 11-10 in favour of Ipswich. Both teams just absolutely going for it, Hannah.
Oh, absolutely. I mean, for Habal to come off the bench like that and just throw up that three, that little step back move, it's absolutely beautiful. For me, she's one of the standout players for CoLA, and I think for them to bring her off the bench, especially with her being out injured for so long, and her to be able to dominate the way she does and really impact the game, I think it's just fantastic to see.
I mean, obviously being out and then coming in, she's been absolutely flying, averaging 10.2 points a game, had 20 points in the win over Thames Valley that brought them here.
Yeah.
Of course, they, as we know, they lost to Thames Valley in the National Cup semi-final, got their revenge last weekend. They're here and they're really putting on a show.
Oh, absolutely, yeah. I mean, they're really kind of just playing at their own game. I think they need to just tighten up a little bit more on their half-court offense. But defensively, they're being tough. They're getting their hand in the passing lane and, you know, forcing some turnovers from Ipswich. And I think, you know, they're doing a great job. You know, they've forced 5 turnovers with Ipswich now. And CoLA themselves, I mean, they are on 6, but I think that's Ipswich defensive press that is causing that. So once CoLA find a way to break that, I think they'll be set in good stead for the rest of the game.
And we saw with Ipswich in the National Cup final, but obviously CoLA do it today. Both teams really love to run if they get the opportunity, don't they?
Yeah, absolutely. That transition for both of them is something that's a key part of their game. You know, they'll push the ball through the bigs even, you know, up the court, and both teams have to be aware of that. And I think we suffered it, Mystics, a lot when we played Ipswich especially. You know, you can lose a player quite easily and realise at the other end of the court.
Back to the action, and Wellham in the lane kicks it outside. Shot goes up. Can't get the bounce, and it's a CoLA ball. Ipswich leading by 1. Really entertaining playoff final we have for you. Another 8-second violation for CoLA. I think that's the second one, Anna. Yeah,
that's it. That's the second, fourth turnover they've done now. Again, it's that zone press. They just get a hand in the lane. You know, Asorabo, she just puts her body on the line every single time. She's got these long arms and they just get in the way of every single pass. It's brilliant.
Thought the shot doesn't go. Gibbons gets the offensive board. It's into Asorabo. Gibbons from the wing. Back iron. Tapped out. Collision mid-court between Wellham and Diorama. It's a CoLA ball. To see a replay of that near centre court.
I mean, that's tough, you know, it's both, but again, it's a testament to both teams. They're putting their bodies on the line. It shows how much this game means to them both, and they're just fighting for it.
Yeah, season ends today. Last silverware available. Because Ipswich looking for that clean sweep. Oh, tough shot, doesn't go. Asorabo grabbed the rebound, loose ball. CoLA come up with it. That shot doesn't go, put back doesn't go, and then Gibbons says that's enough. Grabs the ball, and here come Ipswich. Turnover. So CoLA ball. It's a low-scoring game, Hannah, but it's very intense, isn't it?
Yeah, definitely. And, you know, I think that it happens in these games and it can happen in a final. You're kind of, both teams are hesitant about what shots they're going to be taking. They're looking for the right shot and making those considered plays.
Okay. Broken up by Asorabo. Gibbons gets the ball. Good defense. Well. Osorobo from the wing, in and out. Oh, lovely work. Danny Casey giving Ipswich another opportunity. And she's got the ball now, puts it up. An air ball. And Gibbons can't change that. Hannah, the rebounding battle today, it feels just from watching it that CoLA are winning that, but how do the numbers stack up?
Yeah, they are. CoLA are at 9 total team rebounds at the minute, with Jacobs leading with 5, and then Ipswich are currently at 7, with Gibbons leading with 3. So I think, you know, it's something that Ipswich are going to have to work on. They're going to have to get their bodies inside, and they're going to have to be boxing out Felicia.
Still by Ipswich, Wellham has it, goes up. Can't get it to go, CoLA survive. And then Ipswich get the ball again. Wow. I used the word intense a moment ago, and it's amazing. They're fighting for every single ball. There's no let-up whatsoever, and we're only in the first quarter.
I know, it's fantastic. You know, these young girls, it just shows you the absolute grit and determination that each of them have, and how they are willing to put their bodies on the line.
You saw in the replay just how willing they are to do that. Oh, great work. All the way to the hoop, got it to go. Basket is good for Violet Stutz. Really good to get the hand in the passing lane and then steal the ball.
Yeah, I mean, you know, it's something that a lot of players overlook, but denying the pass, but you getting your hand in that way, it can really turn the game around.
Pass inside, broken up. Here come CoLA again, and again they're running. Have to bring it back out now. Framework of play. Might be a foul on Gibbons, who's can't believe it. That's the thing as a player. You see it so often when a player gets called for foul by one referee, immediately look to the next referee, see if you can get any. Are you one of those players?
You do all the time, especially
I didn't want to put you on the spot.
No, it's fine. It happens to the best of us, honestly. I think as well, you have to remember that, you know, yes, there's 3 referees on the court, but they're all looking at it from a different angle. So what one ref might see, the other one can't see.
The first free throw is missed. Jones out. No joy for Chanda in both free throws, but CoLA have the ball, so they can make up for it. Is it a clock issue? Is a shot clock at the wrong? Would it be 14?
I think so, yeah. I think it should be a reset to 14. Oh, no.
Third side, keep it as it is. So there was so back underway. CoLA on the ball. They lead by 1. Kicked outside. Shot from just beyond the free throw line, off the glass, no good. Gets her own shot, can't score though. And Clark is going to go to the line for 2.
2 shots to go.
I think CoLA are being quite smart in their offense. You know, Ipswich play a zone defense, and they always have done it. Something that they've been doing all season. And I think they're kind of looking to take advantage of it by looking for the spaces, looking for the gaps, you know, and making sure that they're exploiting those areas and getting the right shots off.
Free throw is good for Clark. Can't get the second, 1 out of 2. Another opportunity for CoLA. Oh, that's a lovely play off the glass. They're really crashing the boards.
They really are. I mean, I think Ipswich needs to start boxing out a bit more.
Pass inside. Casey needs help. Finds Osorobo's foul, going to the floor.
She's brilliant, Osorobo. You know, she's just fights for every single thing. She's always putting her body on the line, getting in the way. She's a really aggressive player, and she's, I think, one of my favourite players currently in the league, with just kind of how forceful she is, and like you said, plays without fear.
Just one of a number of players off to university stateside next year.
Yes, fantastic.
Free throws are good, so Ipswich, little dry spell for them, but they're back in the scoring column. Keep going with that press, but CoLA are beating it and getting down the floor in numbers. Battle for ball won by CoLA again. I swear they can't get their hands on it. Another opportunity. Treble team round Daisy. Ipswich get the ball away. Off to Osorobo. Oh, good rejection from Clark. I like Clark, just got a hand right place, right time.
You know, that's a real skill as well, to be able to do that and not draw a foul. It's a very difficult thing to do.
We've got Partridge into game on the ball now, gives it up. Ipswich don't really go into that bench too deep, do they?
No, they don't, but I mean, I was just watching Partridge, you know, she was boxing out really heavily against CoLA. She's doing really, really well, getting a body in there and being aggressive, which I think is what they need to bring off their bench.
Free for Osorobo, gives Ipswich the lead back. Clark goes up the little sort of hook, doesn't go. Rebound Wellham. Osorobo inside. Forster's shot. Doesn't go as we approach the end of but 3.6 seconds left to go. So
second personal foul, substitution checking in is number 14, that's the first size.
This first quarter, Hannah, just flown by, hasn't it?
It absolutely has. I mean, there's 3.6 seconds on the clock, but I think CoLA needs to be careful because they are on team fouls now.
So Wellham's going to take a briefest of breaks. Deanna Carrington into the game. So Osorobo at the line. This is the first. Shoots high 50%, makes second. So 3.6 seconds left for CoLA to get down the floor. The press is on from Ipswich. And it's really good. I don't think they're going to get a shot off. Heaves down the floor, but...
I mean, if there was anyone that was going to get that shot off, it would have been Cabal.
Came up short, unfortunately. End of the first quarter. Endeavour Ipswich basketball 17. CoLA Southwark Pride 15. 2-point ball game. Wow, that's a really intense. One of the questions I was going to ask you, Hannah, while we got the break, as we look back some highlights in a moment, is we talk about Ipswich not going in their bench so much. Is this going to affect them, the pace this game is being played at? No, I think they're very, very fit team. You know, they are so used to playing in this environment that every single one of them can push themselves, you know, and really kind of play those full 40 minutes. I mean, I think Nick is going to have to be careful. He's got Louisa Gibbons at the minute. She is on fouling. How many fouls is Louisa Gibbons on? She's on 2 at the minute, isn't she? So I think for her that is going to be an issue and she needs to be careful because he will have to make some... Would we normally see Partridge play more minutes because of that? They see the normal backup?
I think so, possibly, yeah. I mean, she's aggressive. I was watching her then. She was boxing out really well. And I think that's what she can bring to the team when she comes off the bench.
And then we're just looking at the CoLA bench. Who stood out for you in that first quarter?
I think Violet Stutz did really well. She was aggressive. She was getting a hand in the passing lane, causing some turnovers, and then was able to capitalise on the break as well and get those transition points, which I think in a game like this is really, really important.
How impressive for you has been CoLA's rebounding? Because they have got plenty of second chance opportunities, haven't they? Yeah, they have. I'm sorry, I just said Ipswich. I mean, you've got obviously Osorobo, who's a great rebounder, 20 rebounds the other week. She's not getting anywhere near them half the time.
She's not. But like that, you know, like you said, CoLA are currently winning on the rebounding stats. They've got 17 team rebounds, with Felicia Jacobs still at 5 rebounds for herself, and then Ipswich at 12, with both Osorobo and Gibbons matching at 3 rebounds apiece. So I think Ipswich need to start getting their bodies on the board, boxing out more, boxing out Felicia Jacobs, and making sure that, you know, they're really preventing those second chance shots.
And one thing I've noticed from, obviously, when we did the National Cup final is Harriet William had a quiet first quarter, and then after that, she came in, especially in her second half, was amazing. Obviously, won the MVP in National Cup. Is this where she comes to play now? Yeah,
she's quiet. She's quiet but dangerous. You do have to, you know, wait for her, give her a second, and she'll settle into the game.
So no joy on that first play of the second quarter for Ipswich. CoLA on the ball, get the ball inside, little bump off the glass, doesn't go. Cabia with the miss, but great opportunity for her. Made the space, got the shot off, just couldn't get it to go. Wellham airballs that, and you can just see how nappy she was. You can see from our commentary table, because we're only a few feet away. Maybe that's the thing that will get her going.
Yeah, she just needs to settle down a little bit, you know. I mean, CoLA cannot leave her open. She was wide open there. And I think, you know, sometimes when you're that open, you're quite shocked and you end up missing it.
Unlucky on the shot there for Habel. Just bouncing off the rim. Wide open for 3. Got it, Liv Foster.
Again, you know, that's her shot, that's her space. You know, if CoLA are going to leave her open like that, then that's what she'll do all day.
Her and Osorobo, the leading scorers for Ipswich, 8 points apiece. Cabia kicks it into the corner. Oh, nice little drive, just comes up short. Another opportunity, high off the glass, and that's good for Felicia Jacobs.
That's Felicia doing what she does best, you know, getting under the boards, getting those second chance points.
Unlucky there, great little fake from Forster, got all the way to the hoop, but just unable to finish. So starts back into the ball game. CoLA captain leads her side with 5 points. Ipswich only had 3 scorers so far in this game. Shot doesn't go. Oh, good hustle, give another opportunity, but there's Osorobo able to collect the ball and going coast to coast. Just an unfortunate bounce.
Yeah, I think, you know, she really pushed ahead then, but her team needs to be following her. They need to be catching up to her just to give her a second option, so she's not kind of just forced to go all the way straight to basket on her own.
We see a replay. Just the bounce. So actually came off. It looked like it came off Osorobo in that one, but it is Ipswich ball. Good work by the camera crew on the baseline. Wellham's got it. Pass off. Oh, lovely. Cancel finds a way to hoop and scores. More bodies on the floor. The ball's coming this way, but I'm not going to go anywhere near it.
Are you sure?
Yeah, no. Too old to pick up a basketball. The shot comes up short, but another opportunity for CoLA. They're keeping themselves in this game because of the offensive rebounding, aren't they?
They are, absolutely. They're being aggressive. They're not wasting any opportunity to get some second chance points, and I think it's really important in a game like this.
And what do you think, like Coach Nick Dramer, thinking now that his team are getting beaten to the boards so much?
They need to be boxing out, you know. I say it time and time again. Kaz knows that it's my main thing. You have to box out. You know, when you're up against players like Felicia, you know, you have to make sure that you're getting a body on it, especially with Esther as well. You know, their free throw percentage, I think she's doing quite... Oh, I said that today. Spoke too soon.
And another opportunity. It just... But they've got to make these opportunities count.
They do.
That's the main thing. But of course, very early in the game, lovely drive, the handoff, but can't control the ball, and now Ipswich have it. Wellham in traffic, gets it outside, just too strong, threw it past Edwards. Of course, a quiet game for Edwards when we were here for the National Cup final. She was driving the team, wasn't she, in that first half?
Yes, she was. She was really, really pushing for it, pushing forwards. Oh, we've got Louisa coming back in now for Harriet. Hopefully she will make an impact on those rebounding.
So a good chance to buy Wellham some rest with Ipswich up by 5. Cross-court pass, Dux has it on the wing. Loses the ball, but CoLA still have it. Shot clock running down. The handoff of Carrington with the rejection. And then she's got the wheels to get the ball up the floor, gives it up to Forster. Gibbons has it. Carrington in the corner. Doesn't go. Oh, great offensive rebound. Another opportunity. And Edwards gets second basket of the game. We talked about their rebound, and obviously they heard us.
Yeah, they're doing really well, I think, now, picking it up offensively.
Second opportunity, and one.
I think Ipswich just needs to be a little bit more disciplined under the basket. You know, they're throwing away some silly fouls, I think, at the moment. And I think, you know, it's dangerous to be doing it under the basket like that. You know, you have to have a bit more discipline, I think.
There's not much difference in height, but would you say CoLA are a slightly taller team?
Yeah, they are. I think, you know, if you're looking now at Gibbons and Jacobs on the block, they're around the same height, but then they've also got Esther as well.
So, Harriet Wellham's break lasted literally seconds, back into the game already. It's 4 points the difference. Forster calling the play. Gets it back. Wellham from the wing. Is this the start of her offensive onslaught?
Kickball violation
Kickball. Sideline.
Again, it's that Ipswich press, you know, that track and press, that it just disrupts the flow of the offense, and they're really, really good at doing that.
Drive is good.
No, it was an offensive foul.
Offensive foul, sorry, wave that off. I got excited in this place. Wellham draws the foul, so a big three down at one end and then the stop at the other.
Yeah, she's amazing at getting those moments in the game. You know, she's such a smart player. She can read the defense, she can read the offense really well, get her body positioning right, and able to draw the charge.
Yeah, great work there by Harriet. Her break literally lasted seconds. I don't know if Nick Drain saw the game changing, but straight back in and straight away contributing.
And that's what she does.
On ball now, high arc after glass does not go. Battle for the ball. It's going to be a jump ball, possession arrow in favour of CoLA. Almost at the midpoint of the second quarter. Pass in. Shot from the wing. Another opportunity, and there's the basket.
There you go.
Just right place, right time again. Versailles on 7 points for the game. Edwards' shot doesn't go. Here come CoLA on the run again. The lane shut off, ball back outside. Three goes up from the wing, back iron. Another ball, Kerside going to the hoop, can't get the shot to go this time. It's having a definite impact on this game. Sorobo gives it up to Whelan, deep three. I'd say nothing but net, but I wasn't able. It literally was nothing but net, but we got a timeout, 27-22, 4:27 to go in this first half. It's energetic, it's frantic. The defense is fantastic at times. You know, the battles for the rebounding.
I mean, again, looking at those numbers for the rebounds, CoLA are now on 26 with Ipswich on 18, so they are still behind. And I think as well for CoLA, they've got...
We're just looking at Kerside there, just getting those second opportunities, because that great defense earlier from Deanna Carrington. But we've seen Ipswich slowly start to get the offensive boards. They had a couple, one play or two a few plays ago. They got the opportunity to score.
Yeah, I mean, CoLA have had 13 points from second chance points, and that just shows you, you know, 13 points out of 22 points in total is a vast amount of offensive boards that Ipswich really need to take control of here. They really need to be boxing out, getting a body in there, and securing those defensive rebounds.
I mean, you'd think by now they'd be better at boxing out, but they just seem... CoLA just seem to get those spaces all the time.
Yeah, you can't sleep on it. You really can't. You know, when you have the height advantage that CoLA do have, you know, they've at least got two bigs on the court at all times. It's a team effort. You know, it's not just down to that one person that's guarding that player. It's a team effort.
And no press as we get back underway this time. CoLA on the ball. They trail by 5. Inside Clark is good.
Yeah, she had great space there, found that middle, exploiting that zone. Really good play that.
Clark moves on to 5 points. Gibbons puts a shot up, back iron. Great work from Edwards, get the rebound. Sorobo from the wing, in and out. Another opportunity. Gibbons with the offensive board to score, and Ipswich now starting to get those rebounds. Cabia drives, little scoop, comes up short. Forster comes away with the ball. Shot clock below 10. Whelan steps up from deep. And it's a rebound, Kerside. And here come CoLA. Still trailing by 5.
Ipswich have had quite a few open looks here. I think CoLA need to start tightening up a little bit on the outside.
Oh, that's good defense there to knock the ball out of bounds and deny Ipswich what could have been an easy 2 points.
Yeah.
About looks a little bit tired after that play because he also raced back to do the denial.
Yeah, I think she did. She had to sprint.
Of course, still coming back from injury. He played a few games. Lovely drive. Whelan thought she was fouled. So CoLA called a timeout, and Hannah, just like that, it's a 7-point game.
Exactly. I think, you know, Jackson right now, one of his main things he needs to be discussing is looking for these, covering these inside passes that Ipswich are looking for. They're looking for those baseline cuts. They've been running it since the beginning of the game, and they've managed to get a few hands on the ball and inside the passing lane. But I think CoLA need to really tighten up on that.
What did CoLA need to do to get it going offensively again? Because obviously they're doing really well in the second chance opportunities, but you would have tried to make them first time, don't you?
Yeah, I think they're not really kind of running anything specifically from what I can see, and I think they need to kind of get settled and do what they do best. You know, run their bigs through the keys, setting up some plays off them, setting some screens, and just opening up some opportunities for them to score. That, you know, they're looking really well against this zone, being able to exploit those gaps. I think they could just do it a little bit better.
I got to tell you, one thing's impressed me with Ipswich is the fact they're getting these offensive boards now.
Yeah, they've really stepped up.
Because it didn't seem like they were doing it, they almost felt like they were one and done early in the game.
Yeah, definitely. I think, you know, they're realising now kind of the impact that those second chance points are having, and I think they're realising that they need to step it up.
I mean, two teams that are very closely matched. You think the rebounding battle could be what decides it?
I think so. I really do. I think it's something that, you know, it can't be slept on. I think both teams really need to make sure that they're just dominating on both sides of the court.
So back underway after CoLA's timeout. They've got the balls in the hands of Studs. Harden goes baseline, kicks it into the corner. Roy Cabia shot misses. And somehow CoLA come over the ball again. There's no one could get their hands on it. The London side on the attack. Studs gets the ball inside. Kosite loses the ball. Osorovo gets it out to Wellham. Wellham, oh, the reverse is good for Harriet Wellham. 2 points in the first quarter. She's got 7 in the second.
I mean, that's just what Harriet Wellham does. That was a fantastic finish. You know, she really controlled that ball, controlled the spin on that ball, got the right angle, and was able to finish.
Kosite goes up off the glass, too strong. Osorovo with the rebound. And now Wellham brings the ball up into the front court. Ipswich trying to build themselves this big lead for half-time. Osorovo shot doesn't go. Kosite rebound. Wow, kicks it outside. Gets it back. Tries to go around the screen. Good work by Gibbons, but Kosite has it, able to get the friendly bounce and some much-needed points for CoLA. 1 minute in this first half, 7 points difference, 33 to 26. It's going to be CoLA ball.
Substitution checking into the game for CoLA, replacing number 14, Kosite.
I think what's interesting as well, looking at the stats right now, is that for Ipswich they are on 10 turnovers, and CoLA are on 14, and I think that's kind of reading a lot in the game as well.
Oh, lovely play. About with the little short jumper, and she's got it back to 5. Oh, Osorovo hits the floor hard. Hopefully she's okay. Jediah with his foul, just went underneath. It's going to be Ipswich ball, 34 seconds left to go in this first half. They lead by 5. We're looking to make it a double-digit game, but CoLA have come back with a couple of big passes. Force a shot, misses. Gibbons almost got it, but then CoLA have the ball. Roy Cabia double teamed, needs to find help. He's sitting on the ball. And that's going to be a violation. Good defense there from Ipswich.
Yeah, they absolutely swamped CoLA then, you know, all over that.
I mean, Gloria had nowhere to go.
Yeah, exactly.
She literally almost sat on the ball, there's no help, because the double team on the baseline. So Ipswich ball. And they're going to turn the ball over into the backcourt. So they did all that work to get the ball and then turn it over.
Yeah, you can't make mistakes like that.
So we're going to time out with 10.7 seconds left to go in this first half. And of course, Ipswich up by 5. They could have made it 7 or 8 on that play. Really good going into half-time. But now, obviously, CoLA can come back, Hannah, and make it a one-possession game.
Yeah, they can. You know, I think CoLA really needs to be smart right now. They've got this offense, and I think you know, if they can get a score now to finish before half-time, I think that sets them in good stead coming back into the second half.
Try and put yourself in Jackson Gibbons' shoes, coach of CoLA. What sort of play would you want them to try and run with 10 seconds left to go?
I mean, I think you've got 10 seconds. You're not going to really get much of a run. I think for them, they either need to look for a 3 or look for maybe a drive and try and draw a foul. That'd be my 2 options.
Would you want to just shoot for, or I mean, Esther Kersite has played brilliantly today. What, she got 9 points. She's been crashing the boards. Would you want to get it off with this couple seconds? So if you do miss, because she's found so much space under the basket.
Yeah, it's all about positioning. You know, I think right now I'd be looking to set Violet Stutz on the 3, and then have Kersite there ready for that offensive rebound.
Yeah. She's averaging 7.1 points a game on 9 already, and we're still in the first half. So, final play of the half. Probably, you never know. Could be a foul or something. And it's CoLA to inbound, just in front of our commentary position. Five seconds. Roy Cabot screaming for the ball on this side. Sturts puts it up, doesn't go. Gibbons collects, and that will do it for the first half. The score 33-28 in favour of Endeavour Ipswich basketball. Very shortly we'll be handing back over to the half-time crew. Down Kaz. But that's just been a wonderful, wonderful first half. Both teams not giving any way. So we look back on the highlights from this opening 20 minutes, and we've just seen how well CoLA were able to crash the boards. Ipswich sort of getting it going from long range. But Kersite just able to use her length, her height, her reach, just to get those opportunities. And a lovely play from Carrington, which I really enjoyed because Ipswich went straight down there and scored. But then Ipswich side in the second quarter, getting those offensive boards going again. And Wellham after that slow start, but she had a slow start, as we mentioned, in the National Cup final, getting herself going, leading the team at 9 points at the half. So just CoLA just doing their work really inside, Hannah. That's where they've taken most of the advantage.
Yeah, they've really exploited that gap there in that zone. They've looked for that space and they've exploited that. They've done it really well.
And that's one of my favourite plays game. I'm sure she did a play like that back in the National Cup final, but well, with that reverse going in. And Kersite, who's really impressed me, like I said, her average 7 points this season. She's on 9 already. Absolutely wonderful. So that is half-time, 33-28, the score here in Manchester. And we're going to hand you back over, I should say, to Darren Folks and Kaz Bullock for their insights into that first half. Guys, what did you make of that?
Thank you very much, Niall. What did we make of it? Well, Kaz, what did you make of it? That's what people want to know.
What did I make of it? What an exciting first half we've got there. It's a 5-point game at half-time. As we said before in the pre-game, every time these two teams match up, it's an absolute battle. And you can see that it's out on court to see the different styles of play that both teams have. A relatively low-scoring game for both teams at the moment, but that's kind of what we might expect in a final when they come up against each other.
Yeah, as well, I think that's what you want to see if you're CoLA. You want to slow them down, you don't want to allow Ipswich to get out there, run like they want to, and really rock up the score. Let's talk big picture, let's go macro level. Where's this game being won and lost for you right now?
So I think CoLA are leaving some points at the free throw line, not maybe being hitting as many as they would like, so 4 of 11 at the moment, and that's can be a big factor in a game that's going to be as close as this one is.
Yeah, they did a great job getting to the line 11 times against this Ipswich team that do not foul a lot at all. They give about 13, 14 fouls a game, so to get to the line so regularly, that could really hurt them late in the game. But if you're not putting away your shots, that's, like you say, points left on the board. What are Ipswich doing well?
They're scoring. They're able to get the ball in the basket, and we've seen when they've been able to get out on the break, you've got players racing down the court and just ready to put the ball in underneath the basket. They're also shooting, hitting 4 threes so far in the game to CoLA's 2. obviously not a massive difference there, but if they're dropping for them, and we've yet to see Harriet Wellham maybe at her full force in the game. She's doing a great job facilitating and getting everybody else involved, because it looks like CoLA are maybe trying to close her down and force the rest of the team to score.
All right, let's focus a little bit more in on the teams at play. Let's focus on CoLA to start with. They are down by 5 points, so right in this game, and they're going to be right in this game right the way through the contest. I've got little doubt of that. What are they doing really well out there so far?
They're doing a fantastic job rebounding, currently out-rebounding Ipswich 35 to 24, and the offensive rebounds, 20 offensive rebounds in the first half alone. And where it's maybe not working as well, they've converted on the second chance points, 13 to 10, but need to get a few more of those with the offensive rebounds that they've got. But that positioning inside, working really well. Maybe it hasn't helped so much with Felicia Jacobs on the bench with a couple of fouls.
No, that's really big, and that's where we're talking about that foul trouble can really knock a player out of the game. She's on 2 fouls, so that's not disastrous. We'll see her early in the second half, little to no doubt. Now, talking about what CoLA have done really well and where they're succeeding, you're talking about they're keeping Harriet Wellham quiet. Talk about the impact of Violet Stutz for me, please.
Violet Stutz is she's a fantastic defender. She uses her wingspan really well. She's got that length, and she's annoying because she gets in the way. Whenever you see her, you can think, oh, she'd be fantastic on my team, but you don't want to play against her because she's all over a player and just makes it really difficult for them to get past her. And as a three-point shooter as well, we've seen Stutz. She's got a couple of good looks in the corner, and we know that they're the kind of shots she can hit.
Appreciate that, Kaz. Sorry, really threw that one to you. Just thinking about what CoLA might want to look to do in this second half then.
Yeah, I think when they've been moving the ball around the outside, it's been working well. They have got bigs inside, but you can see Ipswich really clogging the paint and making it difficult for them to finish underneath the basket. We've seen a few times as well, the pass inside is getting knocked out. You've got Yasmin Edwards and Louisa Gibbons coming out of nowhere to steal the ball away. And because it's working so well for Ipswich in transition, if CoLA can pull out a little bit, maybe take some of those shots that they're getting the looks. We know they've got players that can hit the three, but there's nothing, they don't need to resort to only doing that. A lot of time left, it's just a 5-point game, and sometimes you just need to see 1 or 2 go through the basket, and then it's all good.
Yeah, one thing that I recognised, like you're analysing this one, they looked a little bit static at times in that second period of play in particular. How might we go about fixing that?
Sometimes it can be difficult because they are a team that like to play inside a lot, and that's they make their living kind of in the paint, but they have got those shooters outside, so it's go to them if it's going. We've said Stutz in the corner has been open, Gloria Cabby has had some good looks, and we've seen her do that throughout the season. It's also worth being a decoy. The ball's going inside, Ipswich clogging the paint, kick it out because you've got space. It doesn't even have to be a three, you can go for that mid-range that I love so much.
Talking about Esther Kersite, she's got 9 points in the contest. Just very quickly, what's her impact been?
Yeah, she's been great. She's got 8 rebounds as well, and with Jacobs on the bench, Esther Kersite's really stepped up into that role inside, and she does a lot of really tough work. Hannah Altsey will be very pleased with her boxing out that she's done in the game so far. Does a lot of work off the ball as well, some tips, and Aaliyah Clark as well with some a big block we saw at the other end.
We've got about 5 more minutes of Kaz and I, so we're going to switch over to talk about Endeavour Ipswich. They're, of course, leading the way. Their leading scorer, we've spoken about her multiple times, Harriet Wellham. She was held to, I think it was 2 points in that first period of play, 7 in the second quarter. Came alive. Now, Violet Stutz, she spent a little bit of that time on the bench. Obviously, got to rotate through, but, well, very simple question. What are Ipswich doing really well?
They're moving the ball really well, and Ipswich, we spoke about it before again, they're so dangerous because you have Yasmin Edwards, you have Liv Forster, who's hit a couple of big threes. Christabel Osorobo, I talked about her before as well, she can hit the three, but also she works so well inside, and there's just so many options out there on this Ipswich squad. And if Wellham isn't scoring as much, they can pass it round, but the ball movement for Ipswich has been really good. They're able to get that nice cut underneath the basket, find a player in space, and then if it's not there, they kick it out to the three.
Now, one thing that lives in my mind with Ipswich is they're a good free throw shooting team. They're good at getting to the line. CoLA have been really disciplined there, but when they have sent them to the line, 5 of 6 from the stripe, which is mega.
It is, yeah. Like you say, Ipswich, really good free throw shooting team, and then again, as close as this, you just don't want it to go, well, coaches do not want it to come down to free throws.
Now I want to talk about Christabel Osorobo. She had a huge three-pointer, real momentum play late in the first period of play, and then that sort of sparked a little bit of worry or panic with CoLA. It looked like they rushed their next possession up the floor, and then Osorobo gets sent to the line with about 3.6 seconds to go, drops them both down. She talked to me about what her game is and how that's going to translate moving forward with her.
Yeah, Osorobo, she's fantastic. She can just do a bit of everything, and we've seen it throughout the season, just a really strong rebounder inside, and it can throw you as well when you have a big that is leaking out to the three-point line, hitting a three, and you think, okay, well, we've stopped her inside, but she's just come out to the three-point line, and now we have to try and stop that, so it can fluster you a little bit. But Osorobo, she's a player with just a really exciting, bright future, heading over to Gonzaga in September, and yeah, I'm sure we'll see a lot more of her in the second half. She's 8 points so far, and yeah, I'm sure we'll see a lot more of her.
Huge future. One player I want to highlight for Ipswich, a little cameo performance. Diana Carrington, just 3 minutes 47, but she made her one field goal, and she had a pretty important block on that play.
Chased down the CoLA, hit the block, but also saved the ball in and got it over to her teammates. Like, that's a huge play. She's not sitting back after she's blocked it. She's still going after the ball. So she's a real energy player off the bench, and you always need a player like that, a real spark that's just going to give you get you fired up. And I think you can see the Ipswich team and the fans after that block were fired up.
Now, we've spoken a little bit about what Ipswich are doing well, why they're succeeding in this game. They're up by 5. Is there anything that Coach Drain you think is going to want to tweak or change, or maybe throw something different at CoLA to start the second half?
I think, just keep doing what they're doing, moving the ball well, getting those cuts. They don't look to be rushing anything. Something they're doing really well is the putting the pressure on defensively, picking up at the full court. We've had a few 8-second violations that have been able to stop that, so maybe just keeping that pressure up.
That's a good point, actually. They do look really calm, but they are one of the top teams in the country. They've been so dominant. They are used to winning, and we saw that with our games yesterday, especially with Essex, how calm they were at all times. Yeah,
when you've been here before, it can help settle some nerves. It's a very loud venue to play in.
Yes.
We've got horns, drums, we've got an orchestra over there, so it can be quite off-putting because on court as well. It's very difficult to hear what your coach is shouting from the sideline. But yeah, the composure of Ipswich. They've been here before. They know what it takes, and they've got Harriet Wellham, an elder veteran. I mean, she's not old at all, but
relatively speaking.
Yeah, and it's great to have that calmness, that composure there as well. And Jones Ayer brings similar to the CoLA team as the veteran player.
Okay, we've got about a minute and a half left of Kaz and I. Let's talk about Jackson Gibbons, Coach of the Year. Let's not forget, what's he going to bring out differently this second half?
It's just the experience. Jackson's been here. Being down 5 isn't going to phase him. They've been in this situation before. They know how to chip away into a lead, and basketball's a game of runs, and we see it constantly. This CoLA team can go on runs, so can this Ipswich team. Jackson's just going to be saying, play our game. This is the game that got us here. There's no need to do anything drastic to change. Just continue to play, and I'm sure we'll see Felicia Jacobs come out in the second half as well, which will give the team a boost. And yeah, just make the free throws.
What have you enjoyed most about this game so far?
Just the pace, and seeing these two teams go at it. When you've got Isla Habal coming out, handling the ball, going against Liv Forster, both just two fast guards that can score, and it's just back and forth, and it's what you want from a basketball game. You want a close back and forth game where both teams are just completely in this.
I've really enjoyed how gritty and physical it's been. There's been some booming collisions out there.
I think scrappy was one of the words we used earlier.
Is definitely one of the words today. It's been an absolute cracker. We're going to send you back over to our fabulous commentary team of Hannah Elsie and Niall Gray.
Thank you, Darren. Thank you, Kaz. Great analysis from you both at half-time. Now very long with Hannah Elsie here for you for the second half, with Ipswich leading 33-28 at the break. Hannah, while the guys were talking, we got a chance to look at the stats. What stood out for you in that first half?
I think for me, it's really looking at the rebounding, especially looking at CoLA's rebounds. For them, they've got 20 offensive boards. You know,
they've got more offensive balls than defensive balls.
Yeah, they've got 20 offensive balls and 16 defensive balls. But I think what's important to note is that they've scored 13 second chance points from those 20 offense.
And that's what's keeping them in the game at the moment, isn't it?
Yeah, I think, you know, you've got Esther and you've got Jacobs. They're just going after everything, and I think they're putting their bodies on the line. They're getting under the basket, and they're making the most of every single opportunity that they get.
I don't want to put you on the spot and pick a winner, but at the moment, based on the first half, who looks more likely? Only Ipswich have the lead, but that doesn't necessarily mean anything.
I mean, I think at the minute, I think CoLA have that grit and that determination. They're just not letting anything go. I think Ipswich have had some better looks, and they've been able to capitalise on their shooting and their three-point percentage, whereas, you know, CoLA haven't had that opportunity yet. But again, you know, with Asorabo and Yasmin Edwards, they've been putting their bodies on the line for Ipswich. You know, they've been going after every loose ball, getting their get their hands in the passing lane, getting some steals.
I would counter that pretty much every player's put their bodies on the line today. There's been a lot of players hitting the floor, just fighting for every ball. It's been a really fantastic advert for WNBL.
It absolutely has, you know, and, you know, we have to remember as well how young these teams are. You know, these are not all senior players. These are under-18 academy players, and I think it's an absolute testament to both programmes, Ipswich and CoLA, and it just gets me excited for the future of women's basketball.
So we have 20 minutes left of this WNBL season. Can CoLA stop Ipswich from sweeping honours in Division 1? Welham gets us underway in the second half. Will she light up the scoreboard like she did back in the National Cup final? We'll wait and see. Welham on the board now. Sorry, on the ball, I should say, not the board. Good hands there. As Kersite got the ball. Here come CoLA the other way. Straight away. Good defense from Asorabo. Made the shot hard, but CoLA have another opportunity and yet more offensive rebounds. The jump ball is going to go in favour of CoLA.
I think what was really important on that play then was that Violet ran after that steal, and then Esther was following her, so that there was somebody there still able to get that steal off them.
The offensive board numbers go up for CoLA, just absolutely outstanding. They turn the ball over, get the ball back. And that's going to be a shot clock violation.
That's great defense from Ipswich. You know, they really pushed CoLA out. They're not the most comfortable on the three-point line, and they just push them further and further away from inside and cause that 24-second violation.
Welham, spin move off the glass and in. Beautiful play from Harriet Welham. Makes the lead 35-28. Welham, the first player into double digits this afternoon. She's got 11. Oh, nice drive the other end, just to get the ball off the glass. Violet starts, just made that space, use the glass. Really as Gibbons goes the other end. Shot misses, it's going to be CoLA ball. It just feels one of those games, it is too close to call this.
Oh, absolutely, you know.
Turn the ball over.
You know, each team's getting a run, each team's forcing turnovers. It is really brilliant.
It is just a great advert for the league. Two teams giving in their all. And we're only just into second half. And the shot clock violation now at the other end.
I mean, that's back-to-back turnover. Shot clock violations for both teams, and it just shows the aggression that they've both come out on into this second half. They're really getting into it on defense, but it's about who's going to now be able to hold that for the entire second half.
So the press and hands from Osirome knocks the ball out of bounds. It remains with CoLA. They've got 4 seconds to get it across the timeline. Double team comes, but Bell has it. Cross-court pass. Drive pass. Doesn't go. Good defense from Ipswich. Gibbons collects the ball. Now it's up to Whelan. Whelan's going to drive all the way to her, off the glass, and then. And she's one of those players that loves using the glass as much as possible. Yeah, she's got great control over the ball. You know, she's really good at her finishing. She can put the right amount of spin on it just so that it hits it perfectly. Oh, that is a sweet little hook at the other end. That's Jacobs just doing Jacobs. You know, she does that all day. Shot doesn't go, but free throws are coming for Liv Forster. And just while we got a moment while the free throws coming up, of course, these two teams are great at the development angle, aren't they? Players going on to play abroad, maybe come back later on, but it's a great opportunity if you want to play basketball, two teams who can give you that sort of pathway. And of course, a number of players are playing their final games today. Exactly. You know, it's all about development, and I think, you know, the bench that Ipswich have with Harriet coming back from France, and then, you know, having Louisa Gibbons. She came from Bristol. I got to see her play at under-16s, and now seeing the development that she's had at Ipswich, it's just phenomenal. And of course, there's great talent. Hopefully, we'll see some of these young players in a GB jersey maybe one day. I think so. Give in to the rebound off the miss. She's trapped. Oh, good hands, CoLA. Fight for the ball. And it's the London side who come away with it. I thought she could have shot that, Hamill. But here comes Edwards the other way. Quiet game so far. Back outside. Wellham gets it. A little look at the shot clock. Needs to pass it off. Turns the ball over. Used up her dribble, couldn't go on. But all she could do is pass it to the opposition. Trailed by 6, CoLA on the ball. Starts. Wow, looking for help, puts the shot up. It's good. Long two for her, foot on the line. I think for Habal, it just says everything. You know, she's calling at her teammates to move and asking them to move. They are being quite stagnant, and then ends up putting that shot up herself. It just shows her composure as a player on offense. And starts coming for the ball, almost into the commentary table. But I think that's one of the things Kaz mentioned during the halftime bit with Darren, the fact that CoLA could be a bit static at times. Yeah, I think sometimes when they're not running their offences through their bigs, things get a little bit stagnant. You know, if you compare that to what Ipswich are doing, they've been cutting off the ball, they've been moving off the ball, they've been looking for those backdoor cuts, and it just creates more flow to the offence. And I think that's something that CoLA really needs to start adopting. So it's going to be Ipswich ball on the side, Wellham to inbounds. Sorobo to the double team, drew the fouls, going to the line. 8 points for her this afternoon. One of those players with a bright future, going off the States. Yeah, she's going to be so well and do so well in America, and I think for her the development over there is just going to be phenomenal. But I mean, you see, we've got two teams with very good young programs, but the WNBL is a good pathway, isn't it? Oh, yeah, for young players. Absolutely. You know, you've got players, you know, especially like looking at the Mystics, our Mystics team, you know, we've got
majority of our bench is 18-year-olds, you know, and we're giving them that platform at D1 to be able to kind of play up and really push themselves. And this is exactly what Ipswich and CoLA do, allowing those players that space and that opportunity to really push themselves.
Gabia puts the shot up. Doesn't touch iron, so the shot clock doesn't reset, but battle for the ball. And that is just indicative of what we've seen today. Every time there's a ball loose, 3 or 4 players are going for it. No. I suppose it doesn't matter if you get bumps and bruises today. It's the last game, so.
Absolutely.
Leave it all on the floor.
Substitution, Carrington into the game.
So Carrington back into the game, had a good little cameo in that first half, both defensively and offensively.
Jackson Gibbons has just been given a technical one in there.
And he hasn't finished talking yet, as we look at the other end of the floor. Osorobo goes one way, goes the other, kicks it outside. And Edwards knew as soon as he shot that it wasn't going to go. A little shake of the head. Here come CoLA the other way, only down by 4 as we head into the second half of this third quarter.
Some good ball movement here from CoLA.
Tough shot back high, but another offensive board. Pass inside, and that was just a little bit too strong, wasn't it?
Yeah, just a little. It's a tough pass that, you know, you've got Ipswich swamping inside, making sure they've got all their players covered, making sure Felicia Jacobs is covered inside, and I think it was quite a tough pass to try and get off there.
So 38-34, 4:36 left to go in this third quarter. So CoLA have won this quarter so far by 1 point. It's just so nip and tuck. It's a really enjoyable battle. It's not high scoring, but you've got 2 teams who are just giving it every single thing. There's no let up on any play, is there?
No, absolutely, and I think that's a testament as well to the defence that both teams are playing. They're both playing serious, aggressive defence. They're upping their defensive intensity every single play, getting their hands in the passing lane, looking for those steals, and then just throwing themselves on any loose ball that comes up. And I think it's, you know, it just shows how much each team wants to win this game.
As you see some of the offense from this third quarter so far, as CoLA keep themselves in it. It's a trail by 4. Just feels this game is going to go right down to the wire. I hope I haven't jinxed it, but it just has that feel about it.
Yeah, it does. I mean, it's a stark difference to the last league game that both Ipswich and CoLA played against, where it was 106-66 for Ipswich. So I think CoLA have really kind of pushed themselves today and aren't letting up.
Yeah. Not letting you score that many today. So Ipswich ball following the timeout. Oh, great hands to steal. Well, as it gets it to Clark, gets it back on the pass of, and a foul is called. And it was started by Jacobs and almost finished by Jacobs.
Yeah, I mean, that was a fantastic play, and I think that's what CoLA are really good at. They're really good at moving the ball inside and looking for those careful, considered shots with their bigs. And that's just something that they need to keep doing, and really kind of making sure that they're looking for the gaps.
And we see in the replay just zipping that pass around, trying to find the best opportunity. So Jacobs has more points than when you played against her, Hannah.
Yes, she does.
Misses the second. Osorobo with the rebound. Ipswich running down the floor like they so often do. Wellham has it, 13 for Harriet Wellham. We'll see her explode offensively at some point. Carrington. Oh, nice bounce pass. Osorobo can't finish, but Ipswich have another opportunity. And CoLA come away with the ball. They trail by 3. 3:51 to go in this third quarter. shot too strong. Carrington wins the battle for the rebound. Here comes Edwards. Osrobo back outside. Forster puts it up. Off the iron, good rebound, CoLA. Little deflection, but Clark has it. Can pull within one or even tie the game on this trip down the floor. Oh, lovely work from Osrobo. All the way to the hoop and scores. Great defense. And then obviously the finish at the hoop. Drive doesn't go. There's Clark with a putback and yet another offensive board for CoLA. Now Carrington is calling for it. Gets it. Shot misses as Jacobs collects the rebound. Clark gives it up to Stutz.
I think Violet's just settling the offense down here. You know, we've had quite some quick runs, and I think sometimes you just need to settle it down, just use the clock, be more considered in the shots that you take.
Oh, Caviar from the corner. And we have a tied ball game, 40 apiece, 2:22 to go in this third quarter.
I think that was such a smart play by CoLA there. You know, they settled it down, they looked for that three.
Defense from Clark, the rejection. So hardly time to get any words, isn't there? Just, it's one end to the other.
It really is.
Caviar gives it up to Clark from the free throw line. Shot doesn't go, gets her own miss. Another opportunity for CoLA. Chance to take the lead. Screen from Clark. Back iron. Clark fighting for that ball. Goes out of bounds. Let me say last touch. Alaya Clark. Clark is having herself a little game. They really get involved these last few minutes.
Yeah, she really is. She's such a young, determined player, and I can't wait to see the development of her. You know, she's been coming off the CoLA bench, but every single time she's coming on, she's impacting the game and really, really being aggressive when she's on court.
I've been very impressed with what she's given, especially the last few minutes. Just seemed to have called her name so many times on the play-by-play. Casey. Turnover. CoLA have the ball. Another opportunity to reclaim the lead. Puts it up. There's Jacobs. Offensive board and score. Feels like I'm saying offensive board for CoLA so much today. But it's what's kept them in this game. And it's also given them a 2-point advantage.
It really has. You know, Jacob's just been in the right spot at the right time, following her teammate, making sure she's there for the second chance points.
Good work from Casey. Out to Wellham. Shot misses. Of course, Casey and Wellham, I think they're the only two players from that playoff team that beat CoLA back in 2021.
Yeah, I think so.
2021 feels like a long time ago. It really does. So CoLA with the lead, they've really turned this game around. Remember, they trailed by 5 at half-time. They lead by 2 now. Inside this final minute, doesn't get the bounce on that one. They're going to play CoLA ball. Took their time deciding on that one. So 43 seconds left in the third. Clark has it, gives it up. Caviar for 3! Ipswich led by 5.5. Now they trail by 5. Under 30 seconds to go. Forced a shot. No good. Here come CoLA. Can they pile on a bit more misery for Ipswich towards the end? Clark goes up. Foul! And one opportunity.
What a shift in play here from CoLA. They've just been so aggressive. You know, following that transition, making sure somebody's there for that second chance rebound and, you know, able to draw the foul.
And you can see how much they are enjoying it, supporting CoLA today, sitting behind the bench. Fans are absolutely loving it as Clark goes to the line. That's good. 8-point advantage. That's a 15-point swing since half-time. Sorry, 13-point swing. Need to go back to school and do my maths again. Tough shot of the buzzer, doesn't go. And that just shows you how tough they made that shot for Forster, because that would have been a prayer had it gone in.
Yeah, absolutely. You know, CoLA just absolutely smothering Ipswich there, making sure that every single teammate, every single player was covered, and that they gave them no space to take a shot like that.
But wow, what a game. As you said, Ipswich were up by 5 at the half, and now CoLA lead by 8, so a 13-point swing. Just looking at the faces of the bench, Harriet Wellham wins. Obviously, Harriet Wellham, she averages 27.5 points against CoLA. Yeah. She's had numerous 30-point games. I think she's had at least 5. Yeah, she's had 5 times she's had more than 30 points against CoLA. And in both league meetings this season, she had 31 points.
Yeah.
Today, 13.
It just shows you, you know, on the day, you just cannot predict what's going to happen on the day. A final like this, you've got so many different factors impacting a player's game. You know, you've got the crowd, you've got the pressure. You can't predict it. You really cannot predict it. I think for me, though, in that quarter, my player is Elia Clark. You know, from CoLA, she's come from the bench. She's had an absolute real impact in this quarter. I mean, it doesn't show up that much on the stat sheet, but like you said, we can't stop mentioning her name. She's just all over everything.
And they do use their bench way more than Ipswich. And I think if players do get tired, the bench could be the X factor in this game. But as you said, Clark, I've been really impressed with her, especially as CoLA have made this run in the third quarter.
Yeah, exactly. And I think as well, you know, if you look at the fouling position that both teams are in right now, I think you've got 5 players for Ipswich on fouls, whereas with CoLA they've got around, you know, they're across the board. And like you say, when you have a bench that you can use and you're happy to use, it means that you've got more opportunities then to facilitate any foul trouble that you might get into.
Quite often you'll get a player like Forster or especially Harriet Wellham try and take over the game just because they're just that good. If you're Nick Brent, you go to them saying, hey, Harriet, it's your turn, or just carry on playing as you're playing?
I think right now, you know, Harriet, she's not having her game, but, you know, that's not to say that she's not having a real impact on this game. So I think, you know, you just have to, it's a team effort at the end of the day. I think you just have to make sure that everybody's doing their roles to work as a unit.
Oh, and they start the fourth quarter with another tray. And it's suddenly an 11-point ball game, 40 to 51. Osorobi, our end shot doesn't go, gets no opportunity. And the shot doesn't go. So CoLA have just turned this game around. Pass inside, but Clark wasn't looking. And just ball out of bounds. But from half-time, that is now a 16-point swing in favour of CoLA.
It really is, and you can see it on court. You know, their offence has got more flow to it. It's like they were listening to us.
Sorry?
It's like they were listening to us. You know, their offence has got way more flow. They're moving the ball well as a team, and they're just being really aggressive on the transition.
Oh, Jacobs starting to get going, moves on to 9 points. Oh, lovely cut to the basket, but just too strong off the glass. Edwards gives him an opportunity. Shots now not dropping for Ipswich.
No, I feel like they need to kind of settle down a little bit, you know, do what they do best, move the ball, try and take some consideration when it comes to which shots they take.
Clark draws the foul, and I assume she's been listening to us as well, because another play for another and one opportunity.
Yeah, she's been fantastic. You know, she's just being aggressive. She's using her body.
Sorry, Diorama, sorry. I'm calling her Clark. I do apologise, Diorama. My mistake. But that said, get the player. Just a wonderful play, and they own the boards today, don't they?
Yeah, absolutely. Yeah, they've just been so all over it.
Yeah. And apologies to Faith. Yes, I had a wrong number on the score sheet. I do apologise. It's Faith watching us on the stream.
Well, hustling for the ball. Diorama.
Oh, 2 blocks to Diorama. Down to Jacobs. Foul going up.
At a time now, CoLA Ipswich. 8 minutes, 3 seconds. 40 to 55.
Wow. 15-point lead. They have just been outstanding. They've come to spoil Ipswich party today, you know, and we've got 8 minutes to go, but it just feels everything going the way of CoLA, nothing going the way of Ipswich.
Absolutely, and I think it's Diorama. You know, she's been absolutely phenomenal. For such a young player, she's really outshone herself today. She's been competitive, she's been going after everything. 2 blocks right there in that one offence of Ipswich. She's just not giving up, she's just going after every single thing, and she's the player for me this half so far.
So 8:03 to go in the game. It's a 20-point swing since half-time. And the thing is, with Ipswich missing, I don't think Harriet Williams had a shot early going.
No, she's
or
not
even
got
an opportunity to shoot.
No, I really don't think she's managed to get herself going this half. I think she's been struggling a little.
You see a few smiles in the faces of the CoLA players. They really are playing well. Teresa Jacobs makes the first free throw.
Big rebound. And Gibbons gets the second ball.
So 56 to 40 in favour of CoLA. This is the final game this season. Tries to go for Edwards. There's Wellham, offensive board. Gets it to Forster. The runner doesn't go. Rebound, Diorama. And that's going to be over and back. Just a rare mistake for CoLA in the second half.
Yeah, I think Ipswich needs to capitalise on this now. You know, you can see Liv Forster now, she's trying to get her team going. I think they just need to settle into this offence, see what they can create, see what advantage they can take, just to get themselves back into this game.
Wellham. Shot doesn't go. Diorama with the rebound. Double teams, jump ball situation. Possession arrow in favour of Ipswich. Just out of interest, as a player, do you like the possession arrow, or would you love to see the old actual proper jump balls come back?
I mean, sometimes I think in a game like this, when it gets a bit heated, I think health and safety, when both teams are going at it. But, you know, we all love a good hustle for the ball play.
I miss it, especially when you've got a really short player against a really tall player, but then short player wins the tip. But it's just one of those things, but possession arrow is the rule these days. And in that case, it favoured Ipswich. Oh, nice pass inside. Gibbons can't get a shot to go, just roll off the rim. It sort of sums up their second half at the moment.
She was good, she had good spacing, she was open. You know, you can't miss on shots like that, unfortunately, in a game like this.
But Gibbons makes up the other end, getting the ball back. It's out to Wellham. Harriet Wellham on the drive, going all the way, draws a foul on Diorama, and that's going to send Harriet Wellham to the line.
I mean, I think that's a smart foul. You You know, she made an attempt to go for the ball. Someone like Harriet, you know, she will score those points. So I think, you know, if I was the coach right now, if I was Jackson, I'd be happy with that foul.
Well, 3 fouls now for Adora Diorama. Jacobs, the other player, on 3 fouls for CoLA. First is good.
I mean, like we said before, you know, Jackson's got a bench there that he's with bigs that he can bring on. So if anything happens, it's not, you know, with the 2 of them on 3 fouls, it's not the end of the world.
So a couple of free throws for Wellham. Cabia gets the ball inside. Tough shot, doesn't go. There might have been a hand on there from Ipswich as Edwards drives and loses the handle. Ooh, almost a steal. Wellham gets the ball back, eventually then turns it over. Roy Cabia with the ball. Starts from the wing, doesn't go. Another offensive board. Diorama getting the second opportunity. Starts, call, foul, and 1 opportunity. I was just waiting for that continuation. Great play.
Blocking foul call.
I mean, if you're looking at the stats, rebounding, CoLA are on 62 rebounds.
62
rebounds. Which
they had 36 at the half, didn't they?
Yeah.
So they doubled that. And
exactly. And Ipswich is still on
Almost doubled
39. I think, you know, it says everything really, doesn't it?
Wellham spots up for 3. Osoroba, another opportunity. It's just like a lid on the basket for Ipswich. Nothing going. And of course, I need to definitely go back to school because so was at 2:36 is 72. What am I saying? But they got a chance to almost do the same in the second half because we've got 5.5 minutes to go. But shot goes up, it's good, another 3. Violet starts.
She will shoot that quite confidently, you know, that's her shot. If you're leaving her open, that's what you've got to expect.
Ipswich get the ball back. Tough shot there, it's going to be offensive foul against Ipswich. Couldn't see on the camera, but Harriet Wellham put her hands behind her head as if to say, it's all going wrong.
That
See
was
this drive.
Smart play there by Habal. She got her body in the way. She was disciplined in her stance. Yeah, rightly so. That was fantastic from Habal.
Little discussion at the table, we'll find out. Of course, CoLA, I mean, obviously it's not just WNBL, they also play in the WABL as well, where they were the champions this season.
Yeah, they were. Yeah, they. You know, it's a testament to the program that Jackson's got. I mean, you know, they're dominating at every league and every age group, and I just think it's fantastic to see, and I'm really excited to kind of see the future for this club.
There's just so many promising young players on both teams. And it's great to see. It really is a good advert for the league. First free throw misses. Second is good. It's a 20-point lead for CoLA. And they get the ball back, chance to build it up. Ooh, just try to find Stutz. Say last touch. CoLA Ipswich ball, and we're going to have a timeout. And just, it was a tight first half, but the second half, all CoLA.
It is, it absolutely is, you know, and I think they've really done themselves proud this half. They've really pushed for the ball, they've stepped up their intensity, they've been absolutely making sure that they're taking the opportunity with every single second chance point, they're taking the opportunity with every offense they have, and like you say, they're just not scoring at the moment. They're really struggling to get the ball in the basket, and I think that's something that they really need to snap out of.
Yeah, I mean, CoLA have gone 8 deep, and every single player who's got on the floor has scored for them. I mean, obviously, Stutz leads with 15 points. Jacobs has 10, but the scoring's really spread out. Whereas for Ipswich, Welham's on 15, you know, and then the scoring sort of fizzles out of it. They've been kept. CoLA have done such a good job. They've kept her quiet. They've kept Edwards quiet, because obviously Edwards in the National Cup final was played absolutely fantastic. You know, Forster's had a quiet game, 9 points for her, but that's as quiet by her standards. CoLA have done it defensively. They were struggling offensively in the first. Those offensive rebounds kept them going. And as the game's gone on, they've just got so much better, haven't they?
They really have. I mean, you know, I just think, again, like we say, the rebounding stats, 66 rebounds for them, 35 defensive rebounds and 31 offensive rebounds, so it's evenly matched. You know, they're really putting themselves on the line and getting after those boards.
Well, they're 4.5 minutes away from winning the playoff title. Unless this team can mount a comeback. Shot doesn't go. Jacobs the rebound.
Jacobs adding to a double-double in this game.
Lovely pass inside. Triple team drawn. Ipswich get the ball back. It's going to be a foul. And that's going to be Dora Diorama. Its only concern is that's her 4th foul. Welham from deep. Front iron. Another opportunity. Straight away. Got it.
That's a big play there by Harriet. You know, she did well, kept her composure on that second shot.
Still, Ipswich lose the ball out of bounds. That goes back to CoLA. So great work from Mosso originally. Tried to get the Forster couldn't control it. And it's out of bounds. They're going to say, yeah, it's definitely CoLA ball. I thought Liv touched that last myself. Pass inside, gets it back, puts it up. It's good. Another 3 for CoLA. Back to 20 points. Clock is their friend as Welham puts up a 3. That's no good.
Yeah, I think this might be Ipswich play now. They're just going to be looking for that 3 and trying to close the gap as quickly as they can.
Possession arrow ball in favour of CoLA.
Another jump ball call. Possession arrow favours CoLA. I tell you what, I'm glad we don't have the job of picking MVP today, because so many players for CoLA have stepped up and played a great game.
Yeah, they absolutely have.
Welham has it, gets it out. Forster all the way, scores. Under 3 minutes. You see the pressure from Ipswich, but they fall back across mid-court. Now gets inside and starts calling for travelling. Just felt she had too long to think about it and then called for turnover.
But I think, to be fair, I think CoLA are doing what they need to do and they're running the clock down now. That's what they need to do. They've got 2 minutes and 31. They need to use that again, use that in their favour. Try and, you know, as a coach as well, I would say to my players, you know, even if we get a 24-second offense, 24-second call, just slow this game down now for us.
Shea Oyueli into the game.
Stays with Ipswich. 4.1 on the shot clock.
So it was a tough pass from Gibbons to Edwards, but she can jump.
She can jump, yeah. I mean, I was just looking then and the height that she's got on her jump.
Runner goes off the glass. And now it's Jackson Gibbons' time to call a little break in the action. Doesn't want to let Ipswich get any inroads back into this, but at the moment, very comfortably in favour of CoLA, Hannah, 16-point advantage.
Yeah, absolutely. I think, you know, right now, Jackson's just thinking about how he can run this game down, get that clock ran down. Nick is probably thinking about what plays he can draw up to allow them to get some, you know, take advantage of their three-point shooters. They've got Liv, they've got Harriet, you know, they've even got Louisa. You know, she's a big, but she's a confident three-point shooter. And I think, you know, it's something that they really need to kind of think about and see what they can come up with.
16 points, the difference. CoLA in control. Stop Ipswich's chance of a clean sweep of honours. And based on even just their second half performance, they absolutely deserve this, don't they? They've just been head and shoulders this second half. And credit to all of them, like I said, 8 players take the floor and they've all contributed. Of course, Diorama's contributed a bit more than I gave credit for. I do apologise for mixing up the names. I had a wrong number on my sheet. I do apologise for that. But just a great performance. And I said to you moments ago, I could pick the MVP. It's going to be a tough one, isn't it?
It really is. And I think sometimes, especially, you know, watching the game, you know, there's players that stand out to you, like Diorama, she's shifted this game for CoLA. But then, you know, you've got the likes of Jacobs, and Stutz who are on the stat sheet and who've got them numbers. So for MVP, it can be a really good call.
Wellham comes up with steal. Time is against Ipswich now. So Partridge, she scores. Quick offense.
That was a really, really good move there from Partridge. You know, she sealed Felicia Jacobs really well in the basket, created some space for herself and managed to get the shot up.
So if you're watching the stream, why don't you put your predictions in there, who you think is going to go home with the MVP award today? Jacobs, and one opportunity. Got the contact, but far too strong, able to score.
Yeah, she really is. She's a tough player.
Foul is scored number 14, Wellham, third personal. Jacobs on the line.
One to come for Felicia Jacobs. Can't get it to go, but another offensive board for CoLA. It's been the story of the afternoon, just how well they've crashed the boards in every opportunity. Gabia drives, draws the contact, that won't count, the whistle already gone.
I was about to say that was a smart foul because it's on the floor, but actually now they're on 5 fouls, so no, it wasn't the best decision.
69-51, 18 points, 1:13 to go. Shot doesn't go, Jacobs the rebound. Now has it, back to Cabia. Kick out. Icing on the cake for Alabama. Wellham from deep responds, but all she's doing is cancelling out the previous basket. You've got substitutions coming, of course. Sub 5 2 minutes, so clock stops, you can make substitutions. And that is a sign you know you've won the game when you're bringing in bench players to play these final 49 seconds.
Yeah, I think it's important, you know, you give these players a chance. They've been working hard all season with the team. They deserve a chance to get on the court, have their impact.
Shot from the wing, doesn't go. Ipswich have it. We're approaching the final 30 seconds. Wellham fires up the three, off Sorobo on clean-up duty. And now we're going to have a timeout from Jackson Gibbons. 26.2 seconds left to go in the season before CoLA can lay their hands on this trophy. Just fantastic. I honestly thought it'd be a lot closer than this, but CoLA in the second half they've just found another gear, haven't they? And just
yeah, they really did. You know, I think both teams were fighting for it in the first half, and it was going to be a tough call to make. And then coming into the second half, CoLA have just been flying, you know. And I think to see the talent that they have, you know, in Diorama, and you know the impact she's had on this game, and you know she's a very, very young player, and it gets me excited. It really gets me excited for the future.
Absolutely fantastic performance. Of course, Ipswich, well, they finished top of the league, they won the National Cup, but they are going to be denied the treble by virtue of a wonderful performance from CoLA. Running the clock down.
Two-second separation between the shot clock and the
So it looks like they're going to not attempt a shot, very sporting. Take the 24-second violation, give the ball back to Ipswich. Well, some teams like to rub it in, don't they, and take a shot, but CoLA said, no, we're just going to run down 24-second, the game is ours.
Yeah.
And you can't see it on the camera, but they are already on the bench to storm the court. As soon as final buzzer goes. And then Wellham puts the ball down after touching it. And that is it. City of London Academy are your champions.
No.
No, we're waiting for what?
Is
the clock?
The clock running now?
Oh, they're going to do it again. Oh, there we are wrapping up, and they've changed the clock again. It was 2.2, Matt, it made it 3. So it goes into Wellham, and again, just going to put the ball down. And there you go, City of London Academy, Southwark Pride. 2023-24 Playoff champions. And you can just see what it means to them. Absolutely fantastic performance from Specchi in the second half. They were down by 5 points at half-time, and they just flipped the switch They won by 16, a 21-point turnaround over 20 minutes. Absolutely fantastic performance. Thoroughly deserved, Hannah.
Really do, really, really do. They've worked so hard. They absolutely turned that second half round, and they showed what they can do, and they showed who they are as a team. Testament to Ipswich, you know, they were fighting hard. I think they really, really went after everything. They were putting their bodies on the line, and they played really hard in that first half, but I think CoLA just took it away in the second half.
See how much it means to the players all congratulating each other. A great team performance. I mean, you got between 3 and 15 points, all the players in that range. See, Harry Wellham, the game's in scored 21, expected to score a lot below what I would expect from him. But CoLA just spread out that scoring, they spread out the rebound, they spread out the assist. Teamwork to a T.
Yeah, it was. It really was. You know, they played the bench, and you know, you saw it on the offense. They got some flow going, and they were able to get each of them on the near enough all of them on the scoreboard.
So we're not too far away from the presentations. I can't call it for MVP. That's how much of a team has been that no one really stands out on their own.
I agree. You know, I think they've got some major players there. You know, what you might look at scoring and the numbers on the scoreboard, they then also don't reflect kind of what we've seen on court and the stats that are, you know, outside of scoring, such as rebounds, steals and blocks. I think this is going to be difficult to call.
Comment from Charles on the live stream. You played your hearts out and made CoLA community proud, and they have, haven't they?
They really have, yeah.
We acknowledge our officials of the final. A round of applause for your referees and table officials, please.
Of course, don't forget there's more action this afternoon. We've got the men's final coming up at 4 p.m. John Hobbs on the call. We don't want to miss that. But for the moment, it's all about the women's game, and it is CoLA who will be receiving the winners' medals very shortly as the officials collect their mementos for the day. We've got some table officials, everyone involved, getting something to remember the occasion by. Of course, a lot of this wouldn't happen if it wasn't people willing to become officials, willing to be table officials, statisticians, what have you. They are an integral part of the game.
Oh, absolutely. You know, there's all opportunities to get involved with the sport, you know, at every single level. And I think it's important that people know that. And, you know, these events are a perfect showcase of that and how you can get involved with the sport.
I mean, you can't see it on the camera, but there's a lot of glum Ipswich players, as you would expect, because they've just lost the final, lost it big. Of course, some of those faces we're not going to see next season because they're off to university.
Yeah.
So Nick Bain has to rebuild that squad again.
Yeah, he does. But I mean, I think he's got, you know, the programme that they've got, I think there's plenty of players there that he can build up to fill those spots. And, you know, it's just a testament, again, to the programme that they've got, is that they've got 3 players going off. And it's just fantastic to see that these girls have got this opportunity.
I mean, they're going away losers today, but they've got silverware in the cabinets. They've got something there. Look back at it in time and think that was a good season. It just hurts because it's the last game of the season.
Yeah, definitely. It always does, you know. I mean, their under-18s have got another shot next week in the junior Final Fours. The Mystics under-18s are coming up against them in the first semi-final. So I'm very excited for that. So, you know, it's not the end of the season for all of the players.
So, see Matt Newby handing out medals of Ipswich, the runners-up. And we're going to see very shortly CoLA come to collect their winners' medals. Well-deserved performance from them. Absolutely fantastic. I said they just turned it on in that second half. I don't know what coach said at half-time, but whatever he did, it worked.
Maybe that's why he's Coach of the Year.
There you go.
Division 1 champions, CoLA Southwark Pride. And their championship winning roster.
Just thought I'd let Tahir Hajat, who's doing the MCing today, get the presentations underway.
Number 6, Shaymarie Olawale. Number 7, Deborah Wilson-Osalide. Number 8, Glory Camilla. Number 9, Felicia Jacobs. Number 10, Fanny Warren. Number 11, Captain Violet Stutz. Number 12, Rhea Saga. Number 13, Ida Habal. Number 14, Esther Kassite. And number 15, Sonia Rajazaye. And their head coach, Jackson Gibbons. And assistant coach, Jay Williams.
So players collecting their medals. Those who are obviously not able to play today. Obviously there's a squad limit. They're not short on players, CoLA, so the future's bright, isn't it?
It absolutely is.
This will well be one of the teams to watch again next season. It's all about today, and they are the playoff champions.
Before we ask the captain to come and collect the trophy, it's time to announce the 2024 Division 1 Women's Championship Final MVP. With 13 rebounds, 3 steals and a double-double with 12 points, the number 9 for CoLA, Felicia Jacobs.
Yeah, Felicia Jacobs, MVP. So to those stat line,
Yeah,
it's a
it
good
was.
shout. Came up with some big plays. Obviously, the offensive board's really helping at times. It's another memento to remember this great day for them.
So here we go, your 2024 Division 1 champions.
City of London Academy Southwark Pride are your 2024 playoff champions.
Thank you very much for your incredible support. Make sure you
That's the thing, isn't it, Hannah? You always want to go and enjoy the occasion, but you've got to stand around and take loads of pictures to be taken.
Yeah.
They just want to go and celebrate, don't
Yeah.
they?
take on the Reading Rockets.
It's all about the social media, get it up on there later on. But what a performance from a really, really impressive second half. Can't stress enough just how good they were after half-time today. 21-point swing. And that is the story of the game. Of course, Ipswich beat them in 2021. This time it is CoLA's. So we're going to hand over very, very shortly because it'll be a chance for a chat with the MVP. As Darren Paul is getting ready to chat to Felicia Jacobs, MVP winner. So from myself and from we hand over to Darren Paul for the post-game.
Felicia Jacobs, MVP. How does that sound?
Feels good.
It feels fantastic, no doubt. Just what a brilliant performance. Can you quickly sum up how you guys went about that fantastic win today?
Well, obviously Ipswich are a very good team. We've struggled to beat them during the regular season, so we knew that we needed to work on the things that we may have struggled on during the games, and we just capitalised on that and our weaknesses. Our strengths, and just pushed and worked together and trained really hard together as a team.
What did coaches say at half-time? Because obviously you were so far in the game, but down 5, what was the discussion like?
He basically said the first 5 minutes of the third quarter is the most important part. We just have to push, play hard, get stops on defence and just push on offence.
Just talk to us about that run you went on, 21-0 run. Just how did you guys do it?
I think it started from defence, to be honest, and just playing together, communicating. And once we kind of got in that environment where we're just playing together as a unit, it just helped us to capitalise on our strengths and help us push the lead.
And on a personal level, of course, MVP. What does this mean for you in your career?
I feel very appreciative and happy, as it's a nice way to end my career at CoLA.
All right, well, all the best, massive congratulations, and of course, the best of luck in your future. Well done, the MVP.
Thank you.
Thank you, well done. So, Kaz is going to jump on with me very quickly. We will be waiting for Jackson Gibbons. In fact, we're going to get Jackson Gibbons right now. So, Kaz, I'm so sorry. Yeah, Kaz has been ousted. Apologies.
Which am I facing?
Me. Jackson Gibbons, clearly, this means a lot to you. Just talk us through that game.
You're not going to get that out of me right now. I just couldn't be prouder of that group of kids, man. Yeah, they were sensational. I'm a little emotional. The game isn't about me, it's about the kids. I always say that every single year. And again, credit to Nick, to all of the players at Ipswich. We have nothing but respect for them. They're an absolutely, tenacious, relentless, just tough team. And they were deserved, league champions. And, we upset them today. I thought our girls were resilient, tough, and they did an amazing job. So, yeah, just hats off to a bunch of 19-year-olds and one 24-year-old. The 24-year-old frustrates me more than the 19-year-old. But just, that's CoLA basketball. That's the journey. That's what we hope it will all be every time, we lace them up. And it's an emotional one for me because it's my last game at Division 1. And, yeah, what a way to go out. What a way to go out.
Just talk to us quickly about that second half. What was the conversation like in the rooms? Because then you came out and eventually you hit him with that 21-0 run. It was.
Okay. To be stoic, to play the game in the best possible way you can, to not have any live ball turnovers, to just believe in yourselves and go and play CoLA basketball. And some of the girls that really impacted the game are still 16 years old. And it was such a pleasure to see them perform in the way that they did. But yeah, just thank you. And I don't know how long this interview is going to be, but I want to give a shout out to Brian the Guru, who is not here with us today for very positive reasons. He's got an ever-extending family. Brian, we love you. You're the most incredible coach, and the girls did it for him. The girls did it for him today.
And for you, what does this mean personally?
Nothing. I'm not leaving CoLA. I'm not going anywhere. I'm still going to be a basketball coach. But again, that young man I just spoke about, Brian the Guru, needs to progress with his career, and it's the natural evolution. And I'm happy to do it. I've got other things that I can work on to grow the academy, so I'm not going anywhere. But it's just it's going to be a different dynamic. Division 1 and in the WEABL next year, and he's going to be far better than I ever have been.
All right. Well, Jackson, congratulations. Enjoy this moment.
Thank you.
And all the best for you moving forward. And again, congratulations on a brilliant season and a great game.
Thanks very much. I appreciate it. Thank you to everyone. We appreciate it. Thank you. Cheers.
So I think, in fact, I'm going to hand over to Niall Gray. Thank you so much for joining us. And it's over to the main man, Niall Gray.
Well, thank you, Darren. Well, that's going to wrap it up for this game. What a performance from CoLA. Absolutely brilliantly done. They came out, they played hard. Second half, just fantastic. And of course, don't go away because we have some men's action coming up at 4 o'clock this afternoon. John Hobbs on the call. The players are out on the floor for both teams already, just trying to get some shots up for the game. You can see on the screen there. But for the women's WNBL Division 1 playoff final, it's goodbye from me, Niall Gray, and for Hannah Orty. We hope you enjoyed that game, and we see you soon.